Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Dino Pappas. I want to say thanks for joining me. The views in this video are my views and my views alone. They do not represent the views of any entity or agency that I may be affiliated with. Before we get started, do me a favor, hit that subscribe, turn on those notifications for more awesome content. Topic of today, clinical question a patient asked me, why won't you adjust my blank? In this situation today, patient was asking for an adjustment or manipulation of their wrist, and I declined to do that procedure. Even though the patient had had previous benefits, I declined to perform that procedure for a specific reason, and I'm going to go into a little bit more depth. You see, joints of the body, wrist, elbow, knee, shoulder, hip, they all have to have a finite amount of motion, mobility, and stability. When the pendulum swings too far and a patient has more motion than a joint can handle or is way too stable, not enough movement, problems can exist, including pain, limitations in movement, activity dysfunction, reduced ability to do exercise or any other daily activities. We call that activities of daily living. And this patient today, he had over 110 to 115 degrees of the normal range of wrist extension. Likewise, wrist flexion, when we flex the wrist, it was about 110 to 115 degrees of the normal motion. When I pushed on the wrist, it was very springy. It had too much give in this position, too much give in this position as well. So this patient was suffering from too much motion, but not enough stability of the wrist. And that's why in this case, I didn't adjust his blank, his wrist, because again, too much motion, not enough stability. The patient had stated a prior benefit. Anytime that you move a joint to the end of the motion, there is a ton of information that goes from the wrist all the way to the spinal cord and into the brain. That information, the body sometimes in the initial phases does not know how to disseminate or discriminate. It doesn't know what to do with it. So it's kind of a trick. You're tricking the body and tricking the brain that something has happened, that something may interrupt what's going on in the moment and feel good. But if we keep adjusting, manipulating, or moving the wrist to the end of these positions over and over and over again, we're tricking the body, but we're not going to get the benefit because the wrist joint will become more loose, more lax, namely the ligaments will become more loose, more lax, and less likely to be stable. So it's a neurological trick, that manipulation that would feel good in the moment, but over time we would be further contributing to the problem. My analogy is this: if you start scratching your arm or start scratching an itch, it will feel good. But the problem is if you keep scratching this over and over and over again, eventually that something feels good in the moment won't feel good over time. It's the same concept with that wrist manipulation today. It would feel good today, but if we kept doing it and he thought that that was a solution to the problem over and over and over again, eventually that wrist, that laxity would increase, his pain would increase, and a dysfunction, ability to hold things and to do push-ups when you're putting weight through the hand would decrease over and over and over again. Okay, so why won't you adjust my blank? In some situations, too much laxity is a bad thing. In this situation today, that was the case. Hey, I'm Dr. Dino Pappas. Again, thanks for joining me. I hope you found this information valuable. Throw some information in the comment section for more videos. Please hit that subscribe and turn on those notifications. Thank you.